DreAllDay.com.
Brought to you by the Bulletproof Bundle, the 4 best mental game books written by Dre Baldwin at DreAllDay.com. Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Today we want to talk about hesitation. We want to talk about taking action and making things happen. First, let me tell you a quick story. When I was like 10 years old, right? One day I was walking to the drugstore in my neighborhood, and as I'm walking by, I walked past this Chinese store, and these 3 dudes who was like older and bigger than me, they walked past me, which is a normal thing, right? 3 dudes walking past you. But one of the dudes, he walked by me real close. Like, it kind of surprised me unconsciously. I didn't really think about it consciously, but he walked by me real close, like he was about to, like he was gonna hand me something, but he didn't hand me nothing. He just walked by me real close, but he didn't do nothing, he didn't say nothing, and they just kept walking. They went that way, I went that way. Nothing happened. I didn't think nothing of it, because again, it wasn't a conscious thought. I only considered this later after what happened next. I'm gonna tell you what happened next. I go to the store, I had like $20 on me, so I bought like all these magazines, some candy, stuff like that. So I'm walking back, and I walk past the same Chinese store again. Same 3 dudes is outside. Now this time they just posted up. They standing like next to a mailbox, these 3 guys. So this time when I walk by them, the dude who had walked past me real close, this time he walked by and he grabbed me. Like, he grabbed me and he like, not even dragged me, but kind of walked me back, like behind the store, back near where the dumpsters was. And I didn't know what was going on. And as we're walking, he's like, yo, don't ask no fucking questions. And he just walked me back, right? I didn't know what they was going to do, but I wasn't even that afraid. I was just surprised, like, what the fuck is going on? So we finally get to the back, right? He lets me go, and he's like, give me your money. And I had like $3, $5, whatever it was, change in my pocket. I get a dude the $3, the $5. And then I went home later, and my dad was actually at home. I told my dad about it, and later on we went out, and my dad actually seen them dudes. So they were standing out there later, a couple hours later, and he talked to them and got the dudes to apologize and all that. But I want to tell you, the reason why I'm telling you that story is talking about this topic of hesitation. Because those dudes could have got, or that one dude, he could have got $20 had he made the move at first when he wanted to, instead of making the move later when he only got $3. He cost himself $17 in hesitation. That's what I want to tell you about here in this video. So let me find my points here. Number 1, you got to listen to your instincts in life. Listen to your instincts. And yeah, even though if he would have listened to his instincts, I probably would have been out my 20. I wouldn't have got my magazines and my candy, but the point still stands. Listen to your instincts, because the instincts don't lie to you. Your instincts are telling you exactly what you need to know, exactly what you've been asking, even if it's something that you don't want to hear. Consciously, it might be something that, like, damn, I don't want that to be the thing. I don't want that to really be the case. Like, if you ever work, I was talking to somebody who was telling me how at work, her boss is always like doing things to kind of give her a hard time at work. And I'm like, and then she was explaining to me, she sounded like she was very much rationalizing it. Well, you know, my boss is right. Maybe sometimes I do make this mistake. I do need to learn more. I do need to do these things my boss is saying. And I'm like, well, do you really believe that? And then she said, no, I don't believe that. I think my boss is just like, for whatever reason, they don't like me and they're trying to not make me look so good, because me looking good makes my boss look bad. And I said, yeah, exactly. What are your instincts telling you? Your instincts may be telling you something that's different than what your conscious mind is telling you, what you're thinking about and what you're speaking, but your instincts are never lying to you. Your conscious mind will lie to you. We can lie to ourselves, because if we tell ourselves anything often enough, we start to believe it, even if it's not actually true. But our instincts will always tell us exactly what it is. You got to learn to listen to your instincts, number 1, and trust your instincts, number 2. Doesn't mean you always act on your instincts, because sometimes your instincts tell you to punch somebody in the face, and that might not be a good long-term solution to a situation, but you need to listen to them so you know exactly what they're telling you and why they're telling you what they're telling you. Number 2, when your instincts are telling you something and you feel you could take action on it, you don't need permission to take action. You don't need me or any other YouTube video or a podcast or a book or some motivational speaker to give you the permission to do what you need to do for yourself, especially when your instincts have already told you exactly what it is. And you already know what it is, because they already told you. You're just hesitating on taking action because the action may be something that's uncomfortable. It's a new situation. It may, ruffle some feathers. It may piss some people off. You may have some people feeling a negative way about you because of your actions, but your instincts are telling you to do it and you want to do it. You don't need permission. You don't need anybody's okay. You don't need to run it by anybody. You need to just go do the thing that your instincts are telling you to do. And number 3, you are better off in the long run regretting what you did do than not regretting what you did not do, than regretting what you did not do, rather. You'd rather do something and mess it up than do nothing and be like, damn, I wonder what would have happened if I would have did that. I wonder what would have happened if I had said something. I wonder what would have happened had I taken that action, had I taken that job offer, had I started that business, had I quit that job, had I cussed that boss out who was getting on my nerves, had I left this job 10 years ago when I knew I had an opportunity to do something else, but here I am still in the same spot wondering what if. You're better off doing something and completely blowing it, screwing it up, completely blowing it up, than doing nothing and then wondering what could have been, what should have been, what would have been with my life, with my opportunity. Wouldn't that be better for you? I mean, what do you think? And I think if you ask anybody, they would all agree, yeah, I'd rather do something than not do it. But then what's the next thing most people say right after that? But, you know, I gotta spend more time, I gotta get more information, I gotta make sure I'm doing the right thing, I wanna make sure I got it right before I begin, I don't wanna mess this thing up. Those are the rationalizations that we come up with. Those are all conscious mind thoughts. Your unconscious, your instincts come from your unconscious mind. They don't second guess themselves. They don't but if, what if, I don't know, none of that. All of that's coming from your conscious thoughts that you have planted in your mind. Your unconscious thoughts are already telling you exactly what it is. You can listen to them or you cannot, but you can't say you were never given the information. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.